Welcome back to the Matt Fry Golf Podcast. It is myself. It is me. It's Matt, and we are joined by you, yourself, Tom. How are we?
I'm good, Matt. How are you?
Trying not to laugh there.
Wondering what that intro was.
It was just one out of the deep depths of my brain. We really need an intro tune. If anyone's listening at home or on the tube that is you and is a professional jingle maker, please make one from the Matt Fry Golf Podcast. That could be it.
That's the theme.
That could be it.
Just do that at the start of every week.
The Matt Fry Golf
Sounds
Podcast.
like, remember Little Britain?
Yeah.
Mr. Macbeth was a naughty man.
Couldn't get away with that nowadays on television, could you? Crikey.
Nope.
Anyway, have you had a good week, Tom?
Yes, very good, mate. I didn't get blown away on Saturday.
Which is a positive to some people.
We had a lovely staff Christmas night out on Thursday, which was very enjoyable.
We did, yeah.
And yeah, Saturday just tried not to get blown away. So there was no golf.
Nope.
But can we expect much golf this time of year? Probably not. So I'm not too disappointed.
Is it next week we go away? Well, me and Joe go away.
Yeah, Monday you go.
Is it? Right, okay, cool. Yeah, we're going to La Cala, filming our final videos of the year, which fits in nicely, Tom, as a segue, because we are going to be looking back at the year today in this very here podcast. If you haven't already, before we do get into it, we've enjoyed this. I think when did we start? Was it April? No, it was well after that.
I think we managed to get middle of May.
Middle of May, maybe June. Was when we've done. But if you haven't already, do make sure you are subscribing to the YouTube channel. We're nearly at 2,000 subscribers on there. Make sure that you do leave us a like and follow us on any audio platform that you are listening to us on. Leave us a review as well. That helps us get a little bit of distribution out to many more golfers across the globe. And make sure you follow the Instagram, where generally we find all the questions or the we've got golfing genies from there today. It seemed to be like there was a lot of wishes that people want to happen for their golf games.
Just, we are wishful thinkers as golfers though, aren't we?
Yeah,
that's
generally.
all we do is just hope for better all the time.
Wasn't my fault. It was something else. I'm just going to wish this one away and hopefully it'll change. I'll do nothing to make it change myself.
Exactly.
But yeah, we're going to be looking back. We've got 3 things that we want to look back on this year, Tom. A topic that I think a lot of people maybe have discussed, and I think with the weekend just passing, maybe puts a nail in the coffin of one side of the argument, which is who had a better year, Scotty or Xander. We're going to be looking at which was your favourite video over on the Matt Fryer Golf YouTube channel this year, and also who has made the best, or who has released the best golf club this year.
I like it.
Yeah, and then we're going to get into some golfing genies as well. We did ours last week. If you haven't already heard that pod, we were looking at some things, predictions that we think may happen moving into 2025, and we also gave our little 3 wishes that we want the golfing genie to grant us, and we put it out on Instagram, and like there was an overwhelming amount of people. So I'm going to pick some, and I'm going to let you decide the 3 best ones later on in the show. So if you haven't already, do make sure you are following us. Like I say, on the Instagram, it's at Matt Fryer Golf for the main one, at the Matt Fryer Golf podcast for the podcast show. And yeah, let's get stuck into it. We're going to start with which has been your favourite video of the year, Tom? For the main channel. We've had quite a few. I would say, just to caveat it, probably our toughest year on YouTube thus far. We've still grown. You know, we're nearly at 250,000 subscribers now. I think we started the year on about 215, somewhere around there, 213,000. There's been obviously an influx of creators now. The eyeballs are a lot more spread. We tried a few different things at the start of the year, but I think definitely now we've found what we want to do moving forwards, thus being, you know, me trying to win my first professional event and help educate not only myself along the way, but also all the viewers, and keep helping as many people improve at golf. But with all that said, Tom, which video, or give us your top 3 if you can.
Okay, top 3. My top 2 of them fall in the same category, really, and I couldn't quite decide which one. But we done a Club Champ series, which we kind of got through two main ones I really enjoyed. One was at Wallasey and one was at Formby Ladies. And I think I loved the idea of them, and I do wish they got a lot more traction. I do think they deserved a lot more traction from the planning point of view, from the way the guys were on the channel.
Yeah.
I thought they were class. They were really good videos.
Two
Fun
of
format.
my best rounds as well.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of competition's what you need.
Yeah, it needs to play with someone.
Yeah, I think from a sort of all-round production point of view, they were my favourite two, and possibly, I don't know whether you or Joe would say the same, but maybe the proudest two that come from the channel this year, in terms of a slightly new idea. And
yeah.
Where would you be?
If I was going top three, looking at it, I definitely agree with those club champ matches. They're great, and we have had requests to do them, and we're still looking into them for next year. The only sort of real issue with them is we're relying on other people who obviously have jobs and lives outside of YouTube. This is our job, and we need to make the content, and we have a schedule to work to. We're doing other things, so it's tough getting dates to align with those. And then there's also the travel element, and you don't know what the person that we're going to go and meet and play against is like. Fortunately, we were so lucky in that Claire from Formby Ladies was absolutely phenomenal. A little bit worried about how she was going to look on camera, but played a great game of golf, and she was a real competitor and a real class act as well. So we were lucky in that sense. And then Joe, who we've kept in contact with, and maybe we look at doing something with another match with Joe in the future. He was again really good on camera. He featured on the podcast as well, and we were very fortunate in that space. It's just like I say, it's that.
I think all those reasons you say there, the kind of the things that can go wrong, or the barriers. I think that's why I like them so much. Yeah, because they come out really well.
Yeah.
When we started planning them, there felt like quite a bit of risk involved in terms of time wasted if it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
But like you say, Claire and Joe were both great.
Yeah, they were, and like I say, we might look into if we can maybe get a couple done. Maybe not as a. Like we'll have they might be here and there, not a definitive series as we move forwards. But I definitely think the one with Joe, I really enjoyed that. Wallasey was in incredible condition that day. Joe was fantastic. A really nice guy to sort of play along with as well. Claire was. I love the element of having the crowd come round with us as well.
Yeah,
obviously, Formby Ladies, Anne, who's the secretary there, lovely lady, and supports us, and has done with me, Pete, Rick, and Carter, always very helpful if we ever need anywhere to film, and she wants to show the course in the best light and really get the word out about Formby Ladies. And they had a crowd, they brought cake and everything. It was a really good day, that one. So yeah, I would say probably they'd be in my top three. Maybe one of them would be in my top three. One sort of a video that we've done recently I've really enjoyed, in just more from I think as we try and grow our YouTube channel, and as I try and grow the business, it's been interesting because obviously I'm a PGA, and you as well, you're a PGA professional. I now have a unit that I have to rent. I have staff that I have to pay. We have, lots of organisation, and it's skills and, management and things that you don't really learn about. No one sees that side of the business. Everyone just thinks, you go and play golf.
That's not what you do.
No, unfortunately not. Spend more time stressing. So I think, we've, like I say, it's been one of our trickier years this year, but I think we've learned a lot, definitely in the last 2 to 3 months. And we did a video, and it's not by any means the biggest video or an absolute banger, but it was really well planned out, and you can sort of see if you watch that video versus maybe one 6 months ago that's in a similar category, you can sort of see the work that's gone into it. And even behind the scenes, when we go out to film next week, we've got I think 3 or 4 of these videos that we're doing that have got pages and pages of actual planning now, and that was the this Miracle Club should be in everyone's bag, which is about 7 woods. A trend that we're seeing a lot in in tour players' bags, especially, like your likes of Tommy Fleetwood's got one in there. It's all like 6-woods as well now. See
really?
that? Yeah, TaylorMade are doing a 6-wood. It's been floated around. But yeah, a really good video that I think, just comes across nicely, flows really well, and you can sort of, from my standpoint, you see the planning and then go, well, there it is on paper and there it is in video format, and it all looks, really constructed.
Again, from the kind of PGA Pro side of that, we would have called it, when we'd done our coaching qualifications, and explanation and demonstration, wouldn't we? Which is, here's a 7-wood, you've talked through the benefits and why they can be used and so on. You're trying to turn that explanation demonstration into a very small TV show with the right camera cuts, the right production, the right communication, and that's where it's sometimes really difficult, because the natural golf professional in you can stand there and explain that until the cows come home. You can do it all the time, and it's just one single cut. You could stand in front of a camera, which I'm sure is what the original videos, if we go back a few years on the channel, are. It's one camera cut, stand in front of them, explain, demonstrate. Now it's trying to make them look like top quality stuff, trying to keep people's attention, which I'd agree with you. That was a very well produced video. Hopefully more of that to come, I think.
My favourite video of the year, and it's more due to the experience. Again, not an absolute smash banger, but it was playing Royal Troon the day after the Open.
Mm-hmm.
I've sort of, it's weird. I have weird goals around the Open. It comes back to being at Hoylake. Was it Hoylake? Let me just Google. When was the last time Hoylake, or was it Birkdale? It was
Hoylake was year before, 23 last year.
The time before that, 14. Wasn't it? Yeah, so it might have been
2014.
Let me just have a look at when these were. So basically, I have weird goals in that it always gives me like an injection of like, I need to start grinding again. I need to do this. And it was the first time I saw like a YouTuber. It was Pete Finch go behind the rails or behind the ropes, whatever you want to call it, onto the practice ground.
Mm-hmm.
He got invited back there. Me and him were just walking around, and he went off onto a couple of the tour truck. Ironically, it was the Mizuno tour truck. He went off for a meeting on the Mizuno tour truck, and then I think he had another one, and I was just sort of stood left outside because channel was really small at the time. I wasn't, dealing with many brands or anything like that, and it was like, oh, right, okay, that's what can happen with
that's
YouTube.
That's what's possible, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then I saw him playing at St Andrews, which was very impressive. So it was Carnoustie where this happened, where me and you were.
2018?
2018. I thought it was Birkdale in 2017, but it was 2018. So seen Pete get bundled away. Next year, I got onto the practice ground at Portrush. I was on the Mizuno van looking at all the new clubs there. Year after COVID, I was down with Mizuno at Royal St George's, then same again at St Andrews, did a load of stuff with them there, did a bit of an activation. Last year at Royal Liverpool, again, was there. Next year, at Royal Liverpool we were there. Was with Marco Penge as well, walking inside, walked with him, Rahm and Mickelson. And then Troon, very similar story. We did a bit more playing whilst we were up, not obviously in the Open, unfortunately.
Nope.
But we did that. But then from sort of watching Royal Liverpool, St Andrews, it was like, oh my God, I saw Pete, Rick, those guys playing on the Monday, the day after, stands are up or everything like that. And I was thinking that is like an ultimate goal for me. And Mizuno kindly invited me to play that Monday. There's only, I think they get about 12 spots mainly, and I was lucky enough that I was invited to go and play. And we filmed the whole thing. I didn't shoot my best round, but I played with my good friend Al. It was a glorious day. Sun was bouncing. It was just mega, and to sort of play 24 hours after Xander had lifted the claret jug and sort of see some of the shots that we'd watched that day before and throughout the week. And I've played Troon, loads of times, and I really like it as a golf course, but to see it with the stands up as well brought a whole different perspective to it. And then being able to film it and just sort of I think in that first 5 minutes of the video, you can sort of see that I am like
your excitement.
I did feel like a kid at Christmas again. Like, oh my god, is this happening? Oh, I can't wait for it. I know what's coming. I know there's going to be presents that morning, and I know I'm going to tee off. But like, do you tee off normally? What do you do? And it was, it was really, really good. So it was very, very nice to get that honour, and I can't thank Mizuno enough for allowing me to do that. And I think we've just had our invite as well through for Port Rush.
So was that experience of the year, you think, for you?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, probably. Like, there's not many people. We've done some amazing things this year. Been to some amazing places, met some amazing people. But I don't know. Do you know anyone other than like me, Pete, that's played on a Monday of the Open? Or the day after?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, like even
I played the Monday after the Honda Classic in 2015, PGA National. I've done that.
I mean, I think anyone can't they?
I think so, yeah.
And it obviously being an open course and stuff like that, it just adds that extra glow. So I would say, yeah, that was up there as a real experience. One of the other experiences was seeing all the Eagles up at Turnberry. I actively thought at one point, right, I'm gonna stop golf and I'm gonna start a falconry channel because that was mega.
So fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a bonus question in for you.
Yeah.
Who's been your favourite guest of 2024 you've had on the channel?
Ooh, I'd have to actually have a look and see who we've had.
Does anybody come to mind straight away? Either about it might be a round of golf they've played, or it might be the fun that you've had, or even just maybe the level of guests they've been.
I think Joe and Claire were brilliant. Do you know who was fantastic as well? Paul, who was the caddy up at the Dukes. That was really nice to hear his story and get to spend some time with him, hear about his time in the forces and how the foundations helped him out and got him back on his feet, and he's now in a job and he's working up at I never remember the name of it. What's Dumbarney?
Okay,
Dumbarney's caddying there. So yeah, that would be. I would probably say those three have been my favourites.
Again, is that from the element of not knowing what to expect before you've done the videos and hoping they panned out, and then when you meet those people? Yeah, they're great, and they do.
Yeah,
pan
they
out.
would. They're not the biggest videos by any stretch of the imagination, but just meeting these people, even like the video we did up with the 8 amateurs up at St Andrews, that was really good. Just again, because you see sort of, what we're all about. Helping golfers who love the game, want to improve, enjoy it. That's them.
Mm-hmm.
So we were, spending time with them. I can't remember what pros or anyone we've had, in general. I don't think we've had that many this year. We've got quite a few next year already lined up.
Yeah.
We've got one coming out, actually, next week. Freddie was great, who's just, if you haven't gone and watched that video, if you want to see the lowest round ever shot on YouTube, it was really good. We've got a Ladies European Tour winner coming on next week on Tour Tears. That's going to be out next Thursday, I think. Hannah Screen. She was incredible. I've never seen anyone drive the ball so straight. That blew my mind. It was like she hit 2 bad drives and there was like slight pushes.
Watch out for that video on Thursday the 19th.
Yeah, and but then just hit because probably like a lot of male golfers, I've not spent loads of time looking into ladies tour golf. I mean, I don't watch that much tour like DP World Tour, so for me to go to the Ladies European Tour LPGA, is another stretch. I just about watch a bit of PGA maybe on a Sunday evening now, but actually hearing about the Ladies Tour, what they play for, what the standards like, seeing how good she was as well, because incredible driver of the golf ball, was just phenomenal to watch, and she was just a lovely, lovely girl as well. So that was really good as well. So I think those people have been sort of my favourites. We play with Gaz and Pete, Carter.
You can tell when you're on camera with Pete, though, you don't actually like him that much.
Yeah,
You just do it because you've got to, don't you?
It's a business relationship. A bit like Carter.
Yeah, don't get on at all.
No, don't. I couldn't imagine going out with them. Away from, like, do you want to come out for a meal? No, thanks.
If there's no cameras, I'm going nowhere near that.
Yeah.
Don't blame you.
They actually wanted to come to my wedding next year. They said, "Oh, like, can we come and you stag doing stuff?" And I've actively banned them. Hired a security detail to make sure that they come nowhere near the event. They've got a strange imagination that they actually think we're friends outside of golf, which just
where
weird.
did they possibly get that idea from?
I don't know. It's a shame that they've been led on like that. But hey ho, who's your favourite guest been?
Well, I don't go there for that many of them though. I'm not actually there for the filming of many of them. So I can only really choose from the select few videos I've been there for. And I would choose Joe from the Club Champ video.
Yeah. Coxie was good as well. Really enjoyed having Coxie on. Top boy.
Does that take us on to PGA Tour golf, Matt? That was like Matt Fryer Wrapped from Spotify.
It was, yeah. 4 minutes watched, 10,000 views. Yeah, it does take us on to the PGA Tour nicely, Thomas. Which, did you watch any of the Hero this weekend?
I didn't see any this weekend, no. I've seen the usual sort of Twitter clips. I kept up with who won the results, but I didn't actually watch any live.
I know the winner.
So, no, I didn't watch that. But you mentioned before Xander or Scotty. Are they your kind of undoubtedly top two, would you say? There's no argument against that there.
I think, that's the question that a lot of people have been asking. I've heard, people in either camp really arguing for it, and I can understand both arguments as you go through it. But obviously Scotty won at the weekend, which takes his total now to 8 wins.
Yeah.
Okay. One of those is the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
He also had the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
Yep.
He also had the Players, which was a back-to-back win. He also had an Olympic gold medal.
Yep.
Travellers Championship, the RBC Heritage, the Memorial, and the Hero. Oh, and the Tour Championships, obviously, as well, just where he cashed another big check. Xander, on the other hand, only had 2 wins this year.
Yep.
Which, by reading Scotty's record, seems a bit measly. But when those wins are the Open Championship and the PGA Championship,
it's not a bad season, is it?
Well, which is better?
I would take Scotty's season. Do you know what money that equates to, by the way, for both of them?
I knew you were going to... You're just a money grabber.
Just a money grabber.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Scotty, 29.2 million.
Do you know how much Jay Monahan made, by the way?
And go on.
25 million.
Wow.
And he's been terrible at his job.
Few backhanders as well, maybe, that we don't know about.
Wow.
Xander, 18.4 million. So just shy of 11 million Scotty wins by there. Would you have thought that's more or less with the amount you've just reeled off?
No, that's about right.
Yeah,
I would say, the difference in those two. There's 8 wins there versus you can throw in President's Cup as well if you wanted to get him to 9, and Xander would get to 3.
Nah.
So yeah, but everything that you hear that the pros talk about, I don't play for money. Money's not a big thing of it. Everything that I'm doing, especially the guys that have stayed on PGA Tour and DP, it's for legacy and it's for winning majors. So does that one more major trump Scotty's? Like, what is one major worth in terms of wins v PGA Tour? Would you have to win, let's say, if you won the Grand Slam?
Yep.
But so Scotty wins the Grand Slam, but then Xander wins however many events, let's call it 35 events.
Mm-hmm.
He plays 35 PGA Tour events and wins 30 of them that season. Who's had the better season? Because he's won.
I do get what you're saying, and I think if it was any closer, as in it wasn't 7-2, then I think you'd probably have an argument for
8-2,
it staying as Xander.
Yeah.
8-2. But
And
we do hold the Open in really high regard.
It's the greatest championship, yeah.
Sits with the Masters.
It's also called the Open Championship.
The Open Championship.
Yeah.
Not want me to call it the British Open?
No, do not. No.
That'll annoy a few people.
Yeah.
And the PGA Championship we hold fairly lowly out of the 4. I'd say the lowest for me.
Has a new meaning since...
Yeah, it does.
Since the breakaway.
We spoke about that a few podcasts ago, how it means a lot more now everybody comes back together.
Yeah.
But no, if you're talking legacy, I think the fact that... I did research this. I think the fact that it's
the Masters
third most successful season ever as well.
Mm.
So Vijay Singh and Tiger Woods have had a season where they've won 9.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods has had a season where he's won 8.
It's just
greedy. He fancied doing it twice.
Just on a side note, how good was Vijay Singh, by the way?
And then,
and still is.
Good golfer.
Yeah.
And then Scotty Scheffler, Tom Watson, and one more person has won 7. Have a guess? No prizes for guessing this one.
Not Mickelson, is it?
No, it's Tiger Woods again.
Tiger Woods.
Tiger's in
said Tiger then.
the top of all of them. So it's the 3rd most successful season, and the only 2 people who've had better seasons would be Tiger and Vijay. That's when you start talking legacy and think that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Where does the Olympics stand in it for you?
He also got... Sorry, I'll come back to that. He also got 6 of those wins, I think, before July.
Yeah.
And then he got arrested.
And he got arrested. Yeah, he was going to win that.
That's
he
another
was
stat.
In the mix, wasn't he?
Yeah.
The crooked cops then got him.
It's a... have you ever seen the TV show Blue Mountain State?
Yes.
The police arrest him always reminds me of one of the episodes there where they're going to play college football and it's all just corrupted.
We're not saying that they're corrupt.
Food poison and everything.
Yeah.
No, he did break a rule. So I just think it's too much of a successful season. I think if you take 2 of those tournaments off Scotty, you could easily win the argument with Xander.
Oh, right, okay.
I think if you take, let's say...
If you took out the Heritage and the Memorial. The Travelers.
Memorial. I think you take 2 of those out.
Yeah.
You're starting to have a decent argument for Xander.
Interesting.
I just think it's a bit too heavily weighted on Scotty's side.
Yes.
The Players is obviously heavily weighted as well.
Yeah.
As a tournament to win. And 4 of those wins come within 5 weeks. Be a better golfer.
Oh, remember, he's also had a baby.
And he had a baby.
Yeah, he's done this.
That's another stat.
Yeah.
So if we had one night in a prison cell or one morning in a prison cell,
yeah,
to contend with, one baby to contend with.
Yeah, I had hair before I had.
Pretty good season.
Yeah. A child. And where does that Olympic stand for you? Does that marry up to one of Xander's other? Is it like another major? Would it be?
I think it would mean a hell of a lot to you personally.
Yeah.
I don't think it means as much to fans.
Not yet.
From an outside view. Yeah. Maybe it does at one stage, maybe it does. But it would feel amazing to have an Olympic medal yourself.
Yeah.
So it's quite high regard as well.
Did Xander not finish decent in that tournament as well?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure he finished in the old bronzy onesie. Got a little medal around one's neck, was elevated upon a podium. It's interesting when you hear the players talk about the Olympics. They hold it in really high regard. They absolutely love it as well. I think you're right on the fans sort of side, because we've not grown up with it in the past sort of maybe 5 Olympics or so. We don't really what is it? Is it just another round of golf? And we just sort of discount it a little bit, which is quite interesting.
I think because we're not massively used to it being there either. You talk about heritage in golf, and the reason we love the Open Championship and the Masters is because of the heritage behind it. The Olympics, I'm sure, will start to gain that at some point.
Yeah.
But I just don't quite think it's got it yet.
Tommy Fleetwood was... it was Hideki Matsuyama. Tommy got silver.
Yeah, he done well, didn't he?
It was Scotty, Tommy, Hideki. and Xander was actually tied 9th, so he got the, I think it was the green milk bottle lid for that one you get.
Yeah, I think so.
Victor Perez up there, Rory McIlroy, Rahm. Brilliant. Right, so you're siding with Scotty then?
I am siding with Scotty. I'm just checking.
That's interesting because I would have had you pegged as a Xander boy.
I do really like him. I just don't think you can argue with it. I am just checking, though, to try and get Xander on the winning side. They're kind of runner-up and top tens.
Oh, yeah.
And they're both very closely matched.
Yeah.
15 and 14, top tens. 15 for Xander, 14 for Scotty.
So that's when Scotty was winning, so Xander was just on his coattails.
Yeah, 3 runners-up and 2 runners-up, but Scotty doesn't really finish runners-up because if he's that close, he just wins. Yeah. So there's no point. And yeah, $11 million difference. So I'm going to have to stick with Scotty, but Xander, try again next year. You were very close.
Be interesting to see where do you think these two? Obviously, we had the prediction pod last week. Both put them in a pick for certain majors. Do you think Scotty excels away from the field now he's gone to the old claw grip?
I don't think
He was 14 for 14, 10 footing in on the final day.
I've made that many in, John, like the greens in American golf where they try and sell you the putter because it all just rolls in. I've made that many in a row. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I think because he was, 70-something in strokes gained, Scotty on putting.
You know, his average score was 68.
My God.
Across the whole season, 68.
That's impressive, isn't it?
The best ever.
You can see it though, like that. Obviously, you didn't watch any of the golf last on Sunday night, but there was a point where he was coming down the stretch. He had a few shots in the bank to play with. I think he was 3 or 4 clear coming down 16, and he hit this awful drive, like just out of the bottom, heely, proper spinny into wind. Bunker to cover, started at 265, running out to, I think it was 280, this bunker. He pulled up short of it. He was in the waist area on the sand. Pulls a nice lie, granted, but it's still, in the sand. It's a difficult shot. He had 4 iron in, and the green's slightly elevated. It's got like a little sort of kidney bean at the start, like narrow entrance, and gets wider as it goes to the back. The pin's tight left near a bunker. He hit it to like 12 foot. Just like incredible golf shot. It was just like, yeah, that's why
he just knows he's going to make it.
Yeah, Justin Thomas, who's trying to chase him down. I think he was 3 back at this point. Has 9 iron or 8 iron in. Pitch is pretty close and just trickles over the back into bit sort of fringe grass, little collar of rough. Tries to go for it, trying to force, getting up there. Misses it. Scotty just drains it on top of him, and it was just like that. Is just
dominant.
Made a slight error with driver, and then all of a sudden just hits an absolute career shot, drains the putt, and goes, yeah, okay, that's the comp done now. Thank you.
This is possibly the biggest compliment he could ever have, so if he is listening, he'll feel really good about this. Do you think he listens? Scotty listens to this
definitely. Since I took those photos of him on the Swilcan Bridge, he's become an avid Matt Fryer watcher.
I think he's the only person since Tiger where you would really fear him chasing you down from 4 or 5 behind. The only of recent times, can you remember someone else who can just put tournaments away when they are in a good position? I can't.
No, you're probably right there.
We've spoke about it a few times this year where he's 5 behind and you don't forget about
3
him.
behind going into the final round, wasn't he, this week? Yeah, it must be a little bit of a fear that now for... I think obviously I think everyone's a little bit different as well. Like now out on tour, when Tiger was doing that, there was obviously this massive aura about him. When you look at Tiger as a person versus Scotty as a person, I've met him twice. Absolutely lovely, like the nicest person I've ever met. His caddy as well, Ted. Just fantastic. Like you wouldn't know that he's won $29 million this year. He's the world's best golfer. You would think he's just like a guy who's turned up to play a local pitch and putt with his friends. As well with Tiger, you just didn't get anywhere near the circle, did you?
No.
So like that aura moved around with him, as where I think you're right with Scotty. If you're, on Sunday, you're on the back nine, you're leading maybe by 1 from second place, 2 from third, and then in fourth place, the Scotty Scheffler 3 shots behind you, you're probably going to go, oh God,
you've got your eye.
That's the one we need to work. Like
he's going to go and shoot 62.
Yeah, let's put a little bit more light between us quickly, between me and him, because 2 and 3, we'll deal with that.
And that must be the pressure when you look at an average score. I'm sure they don't look at each other's sort of stats this much because they'd all be fearful of each other. But if you're going out against someone whose average score is 68,
yeah,
and you're only got a 2-shot lead, the chances are you're going to still have to post a number on the Sunday.
Yeah, if you're playing a par 71, you've got to think, right, I've got to shoot 4 under now.
Yeah.
Because on average, he's going to shoot 3.
You'll catch me.
Oh, that's a really good take, that, to be fair. Never thought of it like that. Do you think they actually do get scared, though? Do you think when you look at sort of a Rory's different in that he's normally chasing on a Sunday, isn't he? He's far back, has an absolute career round, and finishes 2 back, 1 back, and everyone goes, oh, he could have won. I think Rory would be the only one if he was in that scenario you just described. If he's 3 clear of Scotty, he just on a Sunday
crumbles.
No, just puts his foot down, goes and shoots his 6 under and wins by 4.
Well, as you say that though, as we're talking through that sort of idea, the Cam Smith Rory 150th Open.
Yeah.
That was another round I can think of where you could watch Cam Smith over anything within inside 15 feet and know it was dropping.
Oh yeah, putted like God.
And Rory, you felt like he could miss a 4-footer.
Yeah, hit a few iffy sort of shots in and left him in wrong places.
It was the safest level par you've ever seen from Rory.
With Bryson, when Bryson won this this year as well, didn't he?
Yep.
When he won US Open.
With his bunker shot on 18.
Yeah, that was so good, wasn't it? He's probably he would be. I was going to say as another question, outside of Scotty and Xander, is there another player where you go, okay, well, who's had the best season? Is he one?
He's obviously so. A major champion. Even from a point of view of
how many lives did he win this year?
Won a major. He's won a couple of lives. If we're talking money charts, he's very rich, and he's gained about 2 million followers on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I think from a personal point of view of he's possibly the most recognisable person in golf now.
His team, the Crushers.
Crushers.
Yes, won the team standings.
Okay.
Where was it? Oh, that's interesting. He was 8th on the standings. He didn't have a win.
Is Bryson,
that's mad.
though?
I thought he had a win.
I thought he did as well. But is he the most recognisable person in golf now after this year?
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, that's
100%.
For the game in itself, that's huge, and that must be massive for him as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
So in terms of the influence on the game he's got, and to turn up and win one of the majors. How did he perform in the other majors? I don't think it was amazing, was it?
No, it wasn't fantastic. That's interesting. I thought he had his best result was tied 3rd. He had a tied 6th. He had a 4th, another tied 6th. Too busy making absolute banging break 50s is what did it.
Yeah.
You've got to keep your eye on the prize. You've got to keep it on there. Other notable mentions for great seasons, by the way, which I don't think get enough credit. Tyrrell Hatton. My love grows for him even more and more. Absolute legend. He won, he had a 3rd and he had a 2nd, and he obviously won the Dunhill. Came close in Dubai as well recently, didn't he? Was up there this tournament just gone by. And
I know he raises a few eyebrows, but I do really like him as a golfer.
Yeah, he's his iron play is incredible. He absolutely darts it. Absolutely darts it. He was one I was trying to get on a 30-shot challenge when we were at Royal Liverpool for the Open. Mm-hmm. We were in a bar together and I was stood having a beer with him. I was a little bit scattered and I talked at him for about 35 minutes. He was great fun though, actually, to be fair to him. So I'd love to see him actually come on the channel and do a 30-shot challenge. He was talking about going to Nona and do it because he said you need really good greens. That's the only way that you can do it. It's not about the sort of easiness of the golf course. or the length.
Being able to make putts.
It was all about, he said, yeah, like I'll drive it generally pretty well and I'll hit iron shots to, if I'm hitting a 9-iron, a wedge in, or an 8-iron, I'm generally going to have like a 20-foot. It's all about that 20-foot. And I was like, oh, yeah,
makes sense.
You're probably right there. So that was quite interesting, a good little take from him there. Other one, Neiman. Great season.
From this season, yeah?
Yeah, again, 2 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4 top threes. So he had 2 tied threes and 2 tied seconds. And then he did well in quite a few DP events and also had a good spell in the majors as well, I think. I fancy he's got to win a major as well, I think. It wouldn't surprise me if...
You chose him last week as in your prediction?
Yeah.
Pod.
For the Masters. No. Yeah, was the Masters, wasn't it?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if him and Tyrrell won a major next year.
I really hope Tyrrell gets one.
Yeah, I see him being a Portrush kind of guy.
Yeah.
Drives it well. You look at what he did around Carnoustie, Kingsbarns, obviously St Andrews. Little bit different from Portrush. Carnoustie's probably the closest in those. But, yeah, I would say I'd love to see them win a major. That would be very, very, very good. Okay.
So Tom, to round it off, were you Xander or Scotty?
I'm going to go with Scotty.
Yes.
Yeah, Scotty was the guy for me. Okay, so Club of the Year. I want to get just top 3 for you. Who made the best?
You love playing the guitar at least once a week, don't you?
Yeah, I've got to. Yeah, I might change these just to get them non-springified. That's our jingle. We could just have the jingle of us plucking the springs. Top 3 club releases of 2024, Thomas. Hit me with your number 3.
I've gone for top 3 driver releases. I've just gone from one from each category. Did you want top 3 from each category, or did you just want top 3 in general?
Top 3 in general.
Okay.
Mine are all Mizuno. They're not really.
Okay, I have gone for a Paradigm AI Smoke for 2 reasons.
Is this number 3?
1, yeah.
Okay.
1, I now play it, and it must be good if I can hit it straight.
Is it the Max?
Yes.
Have you got the Max?
No, I haven't got the Max, sorry. What's the one in between that and the Triple Diamond?
Just standard.
Standard one I've got. And the other reason is because I would say from everybody coming in for lessons who've gone for a new fitted driver, that's been the most popular one that's arrived. That's been the most popular head cover from people buying new drivers this year from players I teach.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. At all.
Very popular with the weekend golfer as well.
Yeah. My number 3, right, and I've briefly used one, like had a go of Finchie's, had a go of a few others. I wouldn't put one in my bag because I think, personal opinion, I just don't like the way they look. But they've done incredible to change the hearts and minds of everyone. Lab putters.
I knew you were going there.
Yeah. I just, for me, I know they'd say, oh, well, you can't manipulate the face. Like, the face runs nice and square. Everyone's got hands. I can turn them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not buying it. But they have done incredible, and you're seeing more and more of them about. And I think, top 3 for me, that number 3. Interestingly.
Okay.
But it is something that, like I say, I wouldn't endeavour to use myself.
Yeah, that's fair. I am now in the Mizuno camp.
Yeah.
With irons. I played Mizuno irons myself. Played Mizuno irons before.
What have you stolen from here?
No, I've had mine are 4 years old now.
Are they?
I've got the 921s.
Gosh, right.
So is that 4 years old? 3 years old? Something like that.
You have got the Max fast. You just got the Max, haven't you? The one with the weight at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got the Max.
For the Max.
Yeah.
No wonder I can hit it straight. So I've gone for 2 again because I'm playing from my point of view and also the people I coach. So I've got the Mizuno Pro 241 for me to go and play. And then it would be the JPX 923 Forged for the sort of, again, if I was to bring people in for lessons. I'm not talking 21, 22 handicapper. I'm talking you kind of 10, 11, 12 handicapper can be playing very well with those clubs.
Yeah.
Lovely set of irons.
Get a little bit of a little bit of relief with those rascals, don't you?
You do.
For sure.
Even a combo set, if you're that way inclined.
Yeah. Do you know what? Enough people don't play combo sets.
Nope.
Definitely. Like even mine at the minute, I've got the 923s.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to 5 iron, then I got my 4 irons, a 245, MP 245, just that hollow bodied one because it's a little bit bigger.
Yep.
And just gives you a little bit more relief as you go through it. But yeah, that's interesting. That for me, do you know when you go on Golf Digest's website, by the way?
Yeah.
And you look at the hot list.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just find it strange. A lot of Callaway in there.
There is a lot of Callaway. I think I'm on the same page as you, actually.
Yeah, I was just good. Like, I had a load of tabs when I was looking through last night at all of them, and I've just clicked back onto this one, having not looked at it.
Like top iron, Callaway Apex CB, then Apex Pro.
Best drivers, all Callaway. Best fairway woods, all Callaway. Best hybrids, all Callaway. Something going on. There's a Cobra iron in the best players iron. Oh, right, okay. Oh, and then we get away from Callaway in the players distance.
No, not for long. We go back to the AI Smoke, Callaway irons.
Yeah, interesting that. Anyway, moving on. For me, I'm going to go into an iron that is going to take the number 2 spot for me, because I think they're incredibly underrated. They're a great price. They look fantastic, and I think more people should be playing them. And they'll save pounds, they'll save shots, and they'll still look good.
Can I? No, I won't guess.
Go on, have a guess.
Shall I guess?
Yeah.
Because this was close for me. Are you going to say the Wilson Dynapower?
Yeah. That
was up there for me. And again, going from a point of view of people I teach, what a great purchase.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. They look great. The Dynapower and the Dynapower Forged as well.
Yep.
Joe, our editor and cameraman, he's got a set. I think he's got the forged ones. Just mega. Like, such good value when you look at like your Callaways, your Mizunos, your Titleists, your TaylorMades, Cobras even now. You know, you're touching the best part of, £1,000, aren't you? And the Wilsons, come in. What are they? Let's just have a quick Google on American.
I think you can go 5 to wedge for just about £400 if you go with your smaller set.
Smart, like what, chopped in half?
No, 5 to wedge instead of having a 4 iron, 3 iron. That might be 6 to wedge actually.
They're just for me. Like, you look at them and go, they look awesome. I think they look like, especially from like the player's view above as well. When you put them behind the golf ball, they look great, and they perform great as well. So it's one of them like. Why don't they just get more people into them? It's hard, I know, obviously, marketing spend and things like that, but they do wonders. And also, they whatchamacallit, they had a win at Abu Dhabi, didn't they? Paul Waring.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Dynapower forged steel golf irons, £769. So that's like 200 less than your big ones. The staff model blades, 999. DI7s, great set of irons, 499. The Dynapower forged again, 769. Yeah.
What are the cheaper sets? I'm sure there's a cheap one. Is that not Dynapower? The ones that are 450, 500 maybe?
Let me Google that. Just 1 second.
I'm sure there's a really low accessible set, which is still good quality.
Dynapower forged steel. No, they've not got them on there at the minute. Interesting. But yeah, I'd had in my mind that there was a slightly cheap roundabout, sort of 599. What was that one there?
369 Wilson Dyno Power. 5 to wedge.
Yeah. 369. What an absolute steal. Yeah, and that.
Yeah, I thought you can get them cheap. They are on. Okay, yeah, they're supposed to be £700.
Yeah, so there's going to be new ones coming out New Year, so that's why.
Yeah. But you can grab a set of them now.
What a time to buy some new irons if you're going to. If you're only thinking, right, I want to spend £500 maximum, and I want to get a decent set, and you don't want to go down the used road. I'd be over them like a cheap perfume. Tom, give us your number one golf club.
So I've cheated. You're going to tell me I've cheated. Okay. But we are an advice podcast. We like to provide advice. We like to give really good, solid advice that people can go and get better from golf at an affordable price, yeah?
Yeah.
Mine is a reincarnated 2024 release.
Oh, what?
You having a guess?
A
reincarnated. It came back from the dead. What arrived again? And it's still on every shop floor. And it arrived in probably April.
It was Ping.
No, the Sim 2 Max arrived everywhere.
Did it?
Yep. It's still on every shop floor. I don't know whether TaylorMade found a container. And they're about 200.
It was those ones that were stuck in the canal. got held up.
They're about 250 quid for the driver. And there's still quite a few fairway woods knocking about.
Yeah, to be fair, I remember seeing those walking through AG the other week.
If I could give any advice for a really good driver at a really low price, I'm using that one.
Nice.
Even though it's not a new release.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was the right advice. But it's the right advice for the guys listening.
Yeah, true. I went for the Ping driver.
Nice. Easy win that though.
Yeah, but I would also say to caveat that, like as Tom said, if I wasn't going to go and do that, I'd go and buy a Ping G440.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be this year's one. Just go and get something. But I think it's weird, like, they're not jazzy. You're not like, oh my, there's a new Ping driver. I can't wait to see the advert for this driver. If Callaway put one out, I'm like, or TaylorMade, I'm like, I wonder if Tiger's going to be hitting it. Like, who do you reckon is going to be in the advert? Do you think they're going to do a driving class with it? Do you think, I can't wait for this driver. Oh my God. As where Ping, I'm like, they've got a new one. Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? It works. Okay, great, move on.
What does this one do? Go slightly straighter?
It just, it's just a bit easier to hit. Oh, right, okay, right.
Yeah,
sweet.
No, that's fair. And a probably quite an easy win for you there, Matt.
I've already got my product for number one of 2025. It got delivered the other day, so obviously it's a Mizuno.
Yeah.
But there's something...
A Mizuno with a head cover?
Can't tell you that.
Okay.
Like I'm actually looking at them now, just as we are in it. If anyone's... Like, we went on and we saw a reflection in the photo. Yeah. They are special.
Okay.
I saw them 6 months ago at the Open. They had the prototypes then.
You should have done that on the prediction pod last week. Predicted that they were the best.
Oh, I can't tell you what they are though. There's going to be a Mizuno product that's the best. And obviously, yeah, I'm biased because I am.
Yeah.
Sponsored by them, but this category, it's going to be it's going to be interesting. Okay. I think it's going to be interesting. Yeah, okay, right. Well, we've got a 3, a 2, and a 1. Some good clubs, some things that I'd maybe take your driver, my irons, and what did you have as number 3?
I had another driver, so
okay.
I smoke.
My putter then.
Your putter.
Yeah. That is where we are going with that. We've got a little set there. You can go and play golf.
Good.
Yeah.
Cheap set as well.
And we're going
from the putter.
Dead good, because the driver goes straight, the irons are well easy to hit, and the putter goes in all the time.
Why do we not just play with that set?
Don't know. Because we like to make it difficult.
Come on, Golf Genie. Right
then, so last week we had the Golf Genie on the podcast. He granted myself and Tom... Did you enter the ballot, by the way?
No.
3 wishes. The ballot was for the Old Course reversed, if anyone hasn't seen that yet. There's probably... Oh, no, actually, no. What day is it now? This is going out on Thursday. It went live yesterday. So I reckon, the chance has gone now. Sorry, friends of the show. It was a
My dad did send me the link, and I said, I've got a lot going on next year, and I can't afford it. But if Matt Fryer wants to pay for it, then I'll go with it.
I was all over that. Like it was one of my wishes from the Golf Genie to play there with my father.
It was.
So we're gonna get the Golf Genie to grant some more wishes this week, Tom. Let's have a look.
So you're reading me listeners' wishes.
I'm going to read you some.
Best.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some brilliant ones, to be fair. A lot of, and do you know what I've sort of seen as a common theme as we've gone through this? A lot of handicap stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of like, I want to eradicate a certain shot, and I want to maybe achieve a certain score. So before
is this where I do my sales pitch and tell them I could give them all of them at Trafford Golf Centre?
Yeah.
Come and see me.
Tom has an offer. At the moment, it's at Trafford Golf Centre. You have, what is it, £99 for a big... Is it £99 still?
£99 still for... You get 3...
What's it called? The big break? Not the
big hitter?
Big hitter, that's it.
You get £35 of golf ball practice credit.
Yeah.
And you get an hour and a half of lessons.
Nice. And have you got a Skillist offer as well? And
Skillist offer, I have got... yes, it's a discounted price.
Oh.
So
it's 1 million down to
it's a discounted price if you do a winter program, so 3 months minimum committed, and it is cheaper.
Oh, very nice. I also too have one on Skillist. It is a 3-lesson bundle. There's only 20 available, and I think I've sold 5 last night, so 15 left.
In demand.
Yeah, 3-lesson package, and I think it's like $99. I can't remember what it's on there for, or £99. So get over to Skillist, go and find Matt Fryer firstly, or if not, Tom, fear him. And yeah, if not,
or come
lastly,
and see me at Trafford.
Go and see him at Trafford, because like I say, a lot of these are handicap reduction, score breaking, problem solving, and I think it's like, well, we can't actually
That's
get...
good, because that fits in with our sort of goal-setting chat last week as well,
yeah.
Which I don't think enough people do.
Yeah, we can't get a genie actually to fix these for you, but we could be the genies. So, yeah. Right, first one. Andy _117. Strokes off the handicap. Golf in Thailand. Watch more good content. He's obviously been watching our channel too much.
We can deal with 2 out of 3 of them, can't we?
Yeah, we can get strokes off the handicap and we can give you good content. Golfing in Scotland. Wrist control.
Hack motion.
Mr. Millsy, no slice, fats or 3-putts.
Say Millsy, I want that as well.
Yeah, that's a good one, that. WB81, to see you play a set of Spalding Tour Edition irons with the bird and ball logo.
Mizuno said no.
Yeah. Break 90, improve my golf swing, go on a golf break with the boys from D. Jameson 16. Mix MCC, hole in one, get down to single figures from 12, play the old course. Well, hopefully.
That's currently leading in my pick of
that's the best one thus far.
Who was that? Mix CC?
Mix MCC 17. Okay, the next one. I wish more golfers realise the importance of the mental game, from Brain Game Coach. Sounds like he's bidding himself there.
He's now trying to help you.
Yeah.
You need that.
That was, yeah. I've got this friend, right, and he's a bit of a psycho. You know this friend, right? Lindsay Shawn said, have a 9.9 handicap, 13.2 now. Drive a par.
I think we should make that Lindsay 9.4 instead.
Yeah.
9.9 might as well be 10.4.
Exactly.
Make it 9.4.
Just get down. Drive a par 4 as a tap-in eagle, play abroad and kill it.
Nice.
Interesting.
Was that all Lindsay?
That was all Lindsay, yeah.
There's a lot going on there. I like it. Good year.
Good stuff. Tom Mallon, new irons, get to the Open, a major win, or a GBAger win.
Will Tom already need his Open ticket? Is that done?
Yeah, I think the ballot's done now, isn't it?
Tom, you might already need that ticket, mate, or possibly go and buy one on the black market.
This guy, I tried looking into him last night. Harperk J, 23, play the Open again.
Oh, okay.
Baller.
Yeah.
Good wish. That's
he's showing off there.
That's number 2. A better WHS system, we're all hoping for that, and we are unfortunately winging in the wind. Stop humping the ball, keep the driver square, finally get my first eagle. Not bad. Jason North, 62. Colin Wallace, break 8 to get down to a 16 handicap, win a competition. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Teed up amateur to play golf with Peter Finch. I wouldn't bother. It's not only is it frustrating, it leaves a sour taste for a long time. On that note, we've also got a video coming out today with Peter Finch and Andy Carter, break 50 at Lytham St Anne's. It is St Anne's Old Links. Sorry, I should say St Anne's Old Links. Steve Corbett, improve, never get frustrated, shoot level par. I can help you on the never get frustrated bit.
The never get frustrated will never happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter how good at golf you get. Speaking from a person who got really good, you'll still get frustrated.
Yeah. John Bucko, a knock at Formby Ladies, new clubs and a dry winter. Right, you're going to have to move out of England. New clubs, just buy them. And a knock at Formby Ladies, if you call Anne, say that you listen to the Matt Fry Golf podcast, she might give you a deal. I'm going to read a couple more here, Tom. We've got quite a lot of them, so I'm going to pick.
I'm liking this. I still haven't got past Mix from before, though.
Mick, yeah, that was good. And the Play the Open again was, it was a flex, but
yeah, just a flex.
We agreed with it. Let's have a look. Ooh. A lot of people are like, I want new clubs. Get some Wilson Dynapowers.
Sim 2.
This is a good one. Never to slice again. That's not going to happen. Play golf in Scotland and go to the Masters.
Oh, yeah.
That's a dream year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good year. You might never have to hit a ball again if you never want to slice it, though. Just do a whole 12 months of not hitting balls.
This is an interesting one. Okay. Liam Trier. Tyra? Can't see that one.
How do you not know his name? He messages every week.
Does he?
Every week.
Top lad.
Keep going, Liam.
Shoot level par or better. Old course in reverse. Have more fun playing.
That's the good one there. More fun.
Yeah, I like
that's what we all do it for.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Consistency, better iron striking, free golf gear.
Same.
There's loads of plugs here for businesses. To help grow my golf app business and help golfers keep track of the golf courses they have played. Okay. Nice.
What's the app? Is that a sponsor?
No, it's well, exactly. Some wild ones. Right, two more, Tom. Has Mick been?
He's not been beaten yet.
Not been beaten. This is a good one. Jamie Murray Golf. Unlimited lessons off Adrian Fryer. That's my only wish. Well, Jamie, it's your lucky day.
Wish granted.
The golfing genie has said, yes, you just got to ask my dad and see if he'll agree to the golfing genie's wish. And that rounds about it out.
Mick wins. Back to page one.
Back to page one.
And it was, what would we have? Play St Andrews.
So it was hole in one.
Hole in one.
Get to single figures and play the old course.
What a year. Hole in one at the old course as your handicap drops to single figures. What a day.
Oh, yeah.
Straight to the pub.
Yeah, he's off 12 now. So, Mick, there's some offers there that we read out earlier. I think a lot of those are all, like we say, generally get lower scores, improve at golf, and I think you just got to ask yourself what you're going to do about it moving into next year. I myself, want to shoot my best round next year. I want to play some consistent golf. I am trying to. I've actually hit more balls, I think, in the last month than I've ever hit in the last 6 years. So I think it all comes down to a lot of these. The golfing genie actually doesn't exist, sadly. Like,
I think you said it right there, Matt.
Grab them all.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
that's the big question. How are you going to do it? And start now. I know Christmas is coming, but don't give me the emergency phone call in April.
Yeah, that's
telling
the
me
worst.
you're terrible because, I know. Because you just your clubs didn't come out the garage for 5 months. Of course, you're terrible. We all are. Start now.
Yeah, you've got January, February, March. Let's say
we might get March golf season. If the Genie can grant a wish of that, maybe.
Warmth. Genie, give us warmth and less wetness. You've got a little bit of time. You've still, a lot of people, I would imagine, like you said in the last pod, you've already started setting goals. It's pretty much done for next year. You're looking back on what happens this year. So, go and give yourself the best chance of achieving these things without a magic genie by having a little think about what you've done. Have a little bit of a look back like we've done today. What's been the best bits, what's maybe not been the best bits, what can you do to improve, and hopefully then all those wishes that you've put down in there will start to come true. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that one. We are in Spain next week, so hopefully we'll have a pod. We're not sure yet, but if not, have a great Christmas.
Well, it'll be after Christmas then, won't it?
No, we'll get one done before then.
Oh yeah,
we'll
couple
get
of weeks
one done before then. Of course we will.
Christmas hats
for all the listeners, because they'll listen to the bells jingling. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As we said earlier, make sure you're following all the channels. You've subscribed to everything. Leave us a review. Email some questions in as well. info@mattfryergolf.co.uk, and we will see you in another one very soon.